X-Men. It's the granddaddy of them all, X-Men Children of the Atom, the first of the Capcom games to use characters based in the Marvel Universe, which of course later would lead to X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Marvel Superheroes, and the Marvel vs. Capcom series. The game was originally released for the CP System 2 arcade system. Ports were later put on the PlayStation and the Saturn. Now, the PlayStation version actually suffers from slowdowns, dropping frames and whatnot, and the version seeing right here is the Saturn version, and as you can see, it looks beautiful. What's more, loading times are not too long, and it just shows what kind of a 2D powerhouse the Sega Saturn really was, and by all accounts still is. I have to admit, it's been a while since I popped in this game, since, 1994, but I'm actually quite surprised at how good the game has aged. Combos are smooth, animation's great, and it's, well, plain fun, which is what it's all about, isn't it? The game, which is based on the Fatal Attractions comic book, allows players to pick between Storm, Cyclops, Wolverine, Omega Red, the Sentinel, Iceman, Colossus, Psylocke, the Silver Samurai, and Spiral. And to wrap it all up, the big bosses are Juggernaut and Magneto. Now, I managed to get to the Juggernaut who you see right here, and he's totally overpowered. I mean, he really is a Juggernaut. And Magneto, well, didn't quite manage to get there. Time constraints and whatnot, but I'm sure if you watch X-Men vs. Street Fighter, you can see what he looks like right there because the design more or less didn't change. Talking about overpowered, this game is not easy, but as with pretty much every other beat 'em up on the planet, the game is 2 players, so grab a friend, grab a beer, beat the hell out of each other, and do it in versus mode. It's fun, and you don't have to be online to do it at all. Now, you can also unlock Akuma, yes, straight out of the Street Fighter universe, which in some ways is a pretty cool indicator of what the future would bring. All characters have their own respective super moves, and you can see what kind of a lineage this is, because some of them still exist today. Overall, the roster is quite balanced. You have close combat characters such as Wolverine, and you have long-distance projectile-based characters like Iceman or Cyclops. Looking back at it, 1994 actually was a bit of an interesting year. Quentin Tarantino made Pulp Fiction, OJ was involved in that ridiculous televised police chase. Michael Jackson, the king of pop, got married to the king of rock and roll's daughter, Lisa Marie Presley, and we, the rest of us, got X-Men, Children of the Atom, which nowadays is still selling for a reasonable price. They're not too hard to find. If you want a bit of history in your collection, well, pick this game up. It's good fun, and it even works well at parties. Woohoo!